Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm here to talk to you about today is the equestrian legacy. 2012, you're all very familiar with, and what's our part in it. The story goes right back to the start of the bids and Lord Coe's pledge to the IOC that this be a Games specifically for the people of Great Britain, in particular the people of London, specifically the children. We got the ball rolling very early by setting up a committee that involved various notables from the horse world, including Barbara Cassani, Tim Stockdale, Mike Etherington Smith and others, to bring up some ideas of how we could make the best out of the opportunity that was presented to us. In 2012 we had the biggest chance to secure a major investment for our sport and to raise the profile of our sport, particularly because equestrian will be right at the heart of the Games in Greenwich. A fantastic media backdrop, fantastic spectacle, so it's down to us to make the best of it. Part of their pledge to the legacy, the government sought to transform the heart of East London and inspire a new generation of people to get involved in sport. The ODA also, who are responsible for delivering the Olympic venues, stated that legacy use and community regeneration was locked into their plans and their strategy. So what does this mean for us and how can we benefit from it? As it's an Olympic legacy and it brings in 4 major equestrian disciplines, it means we can speak with the Federation as one voice, bring more people into our sport and develop infrastructure, promoting participation, enjoyment in the sport and career opportunities, hopefully to underpin the BEF's own strategy of more people on more horses in more places winning more medals. The BEF vision is very similar to the Hoof vision, Hoof being the brand that we've chosen for our legacy programme. So, how far have we come? We were quick off the mark, we got in there before most of the other sports and we got our finger in the pie very quickly. We've secured ourselves £750,000 from our funding agency Sport England to develop this programme to run through to 2013. What are the challenges? One of the conditions is that we have to make a split between construction of community facilities projects and also development of the sport. 3 key words: we have to start people in the sport, they have to stay in the sport, and they have to succeed. So we don't just bring them in, we provide them with a pathway to develop. My goal is to see somebody coming to the Olympics at Greenwich in 2012, watching the sport for the first time, going to a community riding centre in the city, starting the sport, working in the sport, and coming back to the next Olympics of 2018 as a groom or a competitor. Probably a little bit ambitious, but I'd like to set a big sight. So, how have we started? Well, one of the things we intend to do is to bring everybody into the sport. Riding, counter to most of the prejudices that you may hear in the media or elsewhere, is possibly the most inclusive sport. The horse doesn't care whether you're black or white, Protestant or Catholic, rich or poor. It demands respect, and in return it gives you respect. Anybody can get involved. We have the best developed Paralympic pathway of any sport, and we have one of the most successful Paralympic records. We've launched a website, Hoof in Town, as a portal for people coming into the sport, and around that we've developed an equestrian and a commercial PR campaign to drive traffic to that website and through into the various facilities in London. We ran a pilot scheme in 2008 to 2009 to encourage school children to get involved. Funded by Sport England and other agencies, including the Emil Forey Foundation, we introduced 300 odd children, over 2,000 odd riding lessons in London to the sport. The success of this was unheard of in school sports. We had a 0% drop-off rate, nobody left, the biggest problem we had was turning people down. Most of the schools have since continued with this activity, post the withdrawal of funding from ourselves, and Hoof is working with BEF member bodies to bring these programmes on and to continue them. Staying in sport, we're encouraging people from within London to work in equestrian or to volunteer in equestrian disciplines, whether that's jump judging at an event, learning how to build a course, working as a groom. And we're in discussions with organisations such as the British Grooms Association and Lucy Cattan to offer maybe specific mentoring skills around the Olympic disciplines and to facilitate people's entry into careers by using the expertise of our own member bodies. Succeed. One of the problems in London, and something I'm personally quite familiar with as somebody who grew up learning to ride in a riding school, is that when you come from a riding school background, you're at an instant disadvantage. Your pony has to cater for everybody's needs, so when you go to the pony club competitions, the school competitions, you're competing with people who've been able to invest significantly more money in the performance horse than you have done. We're in discussions with organisations including the British Horse Race Authority to see if we can bring performance horses into London, into the bigger centres, to see if we can provide a pathway for riders in London. Lee Valley in the East End of London already provide this pathway. They have a 3-tier system: ponies and horses for people starting to ride for the first time, slightly more advanced horses for the riders as they progress, and then they also have a suite of quite high performance horses that are used, for example, by the British University, the university riding clubs in that particular city.